Hello, I'm Red as Power. I destroy Airachnid so you don't have to. And today we are taking a look at an awesome Transformer figure that I can't get enough of buying. For example, here she is right here. Here's a repaint of her back then. Here's another repaint that was in the very same series of the Transformers Universe line, which was nothing more than just repaints after repaints after repaints. There really was no remolds or pretty much no retoolings actually. They were just repaints out of previous Transformer lines and series and all that kind of stuff. And they were just repainted and put in a new story out there that is beyond the Transformers series at the time, which was Transformers Armada, and what was the upcoming Transformers Energon line. And who would have thought that even today, even though it's under a new name now, that Transformers Universe would still be going. It's still living today. Even though it's under a new name, Transformers Generations, the fact is, the Transformers Universe went from just repaint figures of great figures of the past, a majority of them in fact, to the Classics line, which took over Transformers Universe and went to Transformers Universe 2.0, and then Transformers Generations came in. Now, a lot of people say that it's dead, but if you look at the history, the truth is Transformers Universe is still out there in this universe today. So, with that out of the way, that long introduction, let's take a look at one of their greatest, and one that I've been looking forward to, replacing. Because this one is pretty old. This is my very first one. She's been repainted a couple of times, but the paint is still chipping, and it's not as glossy as it used to be. She is ready to just hit the scrap heap. So, yes, she's a replacement. I'm going to open her up for you guys, and I'm going to use her for display. But I got another one on the way that's a better box packaging, that's in mint condition, that I'm going to hang on my wall for all eternity. Haha. But enough about that. That's a story for another day. Let's take a look at her box packaging, which is pretty nice for what was simplistic of the 2002 series. Yeah, sure, today this looks like crap when compared to, the Transformers Prime packaging, which is, it's got a lot of detail on it. It's very nice. Very generic for what we get today, but back then, this was a treasure to have. I mean, it really was. Great line, great figures, couldn't get enough of them. I almost had each and every last one of them. There were some of them I missed. For example, I didn't get Silverbolt, but I do have Dinobot Striker. Dinobot Striker, my apologies, I got tongue twisted. But if you guys want to see a review of him, just let me know and I'll see what I can do. But in the meantime, here's a little background of the original Transformers universe, which I like to call 1.0 these days. So if you want to pause it and read it, that's totally up to you. Here's a look at her spider mode, which, is pretty much on the package itself. And here's her robot mode, which she has a gimmick. Twist body for spinning blade action. And, yeah, you have to do it manually, I'm afraid. So, yeah, there's no springs, there's no button you press and she goes, woo, spinning around. No, it's just a manual hand-to-hand thing, so I guess that's okay for something that's pretty old now. So, yeah, she's what, 10 years old? And this figure has never been opened, so yeah. You can see the box is pretty beaten up, which is why I'm going to open her and start this review. So if you guys will give me a moment, I'll be right back. Okay guys, and here we have Blackarachnia in her beast mode. Spider mode, whatever you want to call it. I go by beast mode because that's how it was in the show. But, overall, I really like the design of this. This is just breathtaking. I really, really love the colors that they chose for the Transformers Universe repaint mode of her. I mean, I just love it. Everything about it. The colors are just so vibrant. They're so bright. And then there's, of course, the dark colors. The purple on here, it's like a metallic color. It's just so great. It is so awesome. I really, really love the way this looks. Of course, she does not have 8 legs, and if you're going by these two right here, even though her packaging said that these two right here are legs, I can't consider them legs because, one thing, they're not tall enough. I mean, they can't even reach the ground. And number 2 would be for its gimmick in this mode. Yes, she has a gimmick for this mode. Pretty much, these legs are what cause it. All you do is do you push them back? Yeah, okay. So you grab them, like pinchers, I guess you could say, and you push them back. And as you can see, she raises her pinchers, and these pinchers right here, they close in like a spider, you know, it's about to feed. So yeah, that's pretty cool. She has 6 eyes, which I think is accurate to a spider. I don't know how many eyes a spider has, so it's anybody's guess. But, I mean, what really separates her from all these other repaints is the fact that she is not a Maximal or a Predacon, but by her insignia right here, in this very translucent window, she is a Decepticon! Look at that! That is just so cool! She is a very, very nice color. The colors on her. She's got purple, she's got orange, she's got translucent orange, which just looks so yummy. And by that, I mean she looks like a piece of candy right here. That is just so yummy. She's got lime green, a very, very brightish green color, which just pops. She's got translucent windows. She's got a freaking Decepticon crystal in there. She's got articulation on her legs and her pinchers and all that. She's got so much in this mode. And look at this. She even has the Black Widow symbol right here, which is very, very nice. And look, it's even got some detail in there. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, I'm really, really impressed with this mode. The only problem is, the only way you can figure out whether or not you've got it right is to not follow these instructions she comes with at all, because unfortunately, they don't even show you the proper transformation for Blackarachnia in the instructions, which sucks. So, the only way to figure that out is to watch some reviews online, or to look them up on Hasbro's website, which I did do back then, and this is how I figured out that you actually flip out the back of her arms. They just flip out from here, and they don't plug in, but they snap in right here. And by snap, I mean they feel like they're locked in, but they're not. There's nothing holding them, but they are very, very tight. And that's what makes this look more accurate. This is exactly the way it should be. On the instructions for her, however, you just leave these arms plugged in right here, and that just doesn't look right. But here's a quick difference. Here's a, comparison is what I'm trying to say. Excuse me, I'm a little jumpy. Here's the comparisons with her and Beast Machine's Blackarachnia. Pretty much one and the same, except the colors are different. And the crystal, of course, right here is a Maximal. So yeah, there's a difference. So, even though I really do like this color, it's not show accurate, so we'll just set her aside. And we'll bring in her counterpart, which is Crystal Widow. Crystal Widow is nothing more than just a repaint of her in red. And she didn't come out precisely at the same time as Blackarachnia did in the Transformers Universe line. On the other hand, she came in a 2-pack. But the difference between her and this one, what really gets you, is the fact that she's a Decepticon, and she right here is an Autobot. And we might get to her eventually, but that was just a quick look at both Blackarachnia from Beast Machines and Crystal Widow of the Transformers Universe 2-pack. So yeah. So, I guess that's really it for gimmicks and such on this mode right here. Yes, true, she has robot kibble. I mean, you can pretty much see the back of her head here and her, upper body. And, I mean, that's really it. The rest, I mean, you really can't notice unless you actually just have to be so picky and say, well, those are her legs. Yes, okay, we know those are her legs. I mean, what else could they possibly be? So, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and set this aside now. And we're going to take a look at her transformation. It's pretty simple. Not very big, nothing really major at all. I mean, all you gotta do is just simply flip these down, make sure all these pegs line up properly, like so. Very tight, very tight. You can tell she's new because it's just so tight. I'm just gonna go ahead and flip this down right here. That's gonna create one of her legs. I'll do the very same thing over here. And there's her legs, finally. Sorry about how long that took. Rotate these, you know, the legs, or you want to call them claws, you can. It doesn't matter. Okay, take the back of the spider and just bring it down, slide it down. It's on this, like, hitch right here. As you can see, it's on 2 of them. Just slide it down and make sure it covers the spider's head like so. Next you want to do is split the arms. Lift up the back of her head a little bit so you can get some room in order to get this done. Lift it up again because, like I said, it can be a little difficult. Flip it in and it feels like it locked in place, but rest assured it doesn't lock anywhere. Rotate this around. Bring down her arms. Bring down the arm again. Rotate them. Make sure to bring out her fingers and make it look like she's got some. Even though I really don't consider the middle one, you know what, it doesn't really matter. And last but not least, after you get everything situated, simply flip this up, flip this up, flip this up, and there you go. She's got her eyes, and by that I mean 6 of them, kinda. Even though they're not the same color, because these are a translucent purple right here. And her real eyes are actually red with pupils. Yeah, she's got pupils, if you can see it. Pupils. What in the hell? Yeah, it's kind of weird, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean, her articulation is... her transformation is pretty much done, people. Whew, I'm jumpy. I don't know why. I just am. I'll bring this back in. Set her on it. And there she is. There's Blackarachnia in her robot mode, which is very, very, very lovely. I love the way that this is. The proportions are just so feminine. So perfect. So perfect. I can't get enough of this figure. Now I have 4 of this mold. Yeah, 4 of these molds. Yeah, right here. See? There's 2 Blackarachnias. Yeah, if I was to mix them around, I bet you couldn't guess which one was the new one, right? Except for the position. So that pretty much ruins that. But yes, overall, I love this figure. I can't get enough of this figure. This is one of the best figures I have ever had in my whole entire Transformers collection. And I will never, ever give her up. Never. Unless I was to get a replacement, which I did. But I'm not going to give this one away. Instead, this one's going into retirement. Which means I'm probably just going to box her up and put her away somewhere where she can be safe and sound for how long I actually have her from now on. So yeah. Articulation on this figure is kind of hindered at the head. But the rest of it, like I said, is on a ball joint. So here we go. Her head is not on a ball joint, however. It's on a pivoting joint. It goes up and down like that. Not much, but it's pretty good for what you got back then. It also rotates. And unfortunately, thanks to the hair right here, which is kind of weird for a robot, she's got hair. Okay, that's fine. So she's got hair. That's very creative, I guess. It's got some nice detail on it, but the fact is, because of the fact that it's hard plastic and not rubber, whenever she turns her head, she's tilting. She's tilting down, see? So she's never looking straight when she's got her head turned. Only when she's got it straight out, looking at you, can she only have her head looking like that. So, you know, it is what it is. All jointed shoulders, they go around a full 360, they go in and out and all that kind of stuff. She's got rotation at the elbow, which is nice. She's got a swivel at the elbow, which is also nice. Very nice. She's got finger articulation at these 2, and look, she's giving you the finger on both. And here's that little spinning gimmick that they showed on the back of the package, and I'm touching her boobs. So yeah. She's pretty much hitting the camera right now. It's not much, but you know what? It doesn't matter. For a toy back in the 90s, late 90s, it's okay. So yeah, it's alright. I accept it. I accept the fact that it's not really a cool gimmick. Anyway, like I said, she's got ball jointed waist, so that's kind of nice. You should get her in a lot of poses there. For the lower body, her legs are on a ball joint. They go up, they go back. Oh, speaking of which, they go up all the way. Wow. They go in and out. She's got some articulation at the knee, single jointed, but it does go 90 degrees. And because of the transformation, her legs pivot, or her feet pivot up and down. But that's it. I mean, she doesn't have a swivel right here or anything like that. She doesn't have a swivel here, so she's a little limited in leg articulation. But that was a 90s toy, a late 90s toy, so you can't really expect much from Hasbro or Kenner back then. Because overall, this figure is amazing, and I really, really do love the color. I love the vibrant colors that pop out at you in this mode right here. What did she have? Orange, purple, she had some silver. I mean, the colors just all mix in one, from the spider mode to the robot mode. It's just fantastic. And let's add in a little more, shall we? She's got red eyes, she's got pupils, and she's got lipstick. I mean, really, this figure is just fantastic. Yeah, she's a little loose, but that's to be expected all the time, pretty much. So I'm going to lift up the camera a little bit more and give you a quick 360 look at her. So here she is rotating, which is, you know, what she does on this thing. She's rotating. And she's splitting. So yeah, she's a little loose, but you know what? I can deal with that. I can really, really deal with that because I love this figure. I mean it. I truly love this figure. This is one of my best figures of my whole collection, which is why I'm replacing this one. Because if I didn't care about this figure, then why in the hell would I replace her? Just for a review? Pass on that. This figure is well worth the pickup. Really is. You can't find her in stores anymore because clearly the original Transformers Universe line is long gone from stores. The only way to get her is off of Amazon or eBay. If lucky, maybe you can find somebody on a forum site of Transformers and maybe they might have her in package still. She's not that hard to come by, actually. She's pretty easy to find and very, very affordable. She is very cheap on eBay. I kid you not. I got this one for 20 bucks. And I cannot wait for my other one to come in because once I put her on my wall, I mean, it's just going to be the circle is complete because she is truly a masterpiece and a great figure to have. Great articulation, a great color scheme that really gets a lot better in this mode. So, yeah, I mean, it is just overall a phenomenal figure. Don't waste your time. Buy her. You will not.